Hello, this is Head Rat, and I'm doing something a little different this time. I'm playing a different game. As many of you will know, I'm not just a video game fan, I'm also a board game fan, and so this is Small World, and Small World is originally a board game, and has been adapted on the Steam platform as a video game, so we're going to have a go at it. I'm going to play quite a simple one. You can play up to 5 players, but I'm going to play against a single computer opponent today. I've got all the expansions, so I'll add them in as well, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, so this is your opening screen. The first thing you have to do as the start player is pick a race. Now in Small World, you have lots of different races, which are shown down on the right hand side here. So we've got these trolls, we've got homunculi, halflings, wizards, giants and sorcerers to start with, but there's a load of them, lots of different ones. So I'm going to start off with this first one, which is the trolls. Trolls have a special ability, as all the races do, and the trolls' ability is to build a lair. In this case, they have a special power, which is Commando, which makes them much better at combat. So I'm definitely going to pick them, as they seem like a really good race. On the card, you can see 2 numbers, the 4 here and the 5 here. Now, you have a total number of troops equal to those 2 numbers. In this case, 4 and 5 makes 9, so I've got 9 troops. And combat is really, really simple. All you have to do is you place on the number of troops onto a region on the board equal to 2 troops per region plus the number of other things in it. So they could be enemy troops, like we've got these little grey tribesmen here, or mountains. As you can see, there's a little mountain piece here, and that makes the mountains more difficult to capture. So I'm going to take my bunch. You pick them up and you hover them over a space like this, and it shows you on there how many troops it will take to capture them. Now, to start with, you have to come on around the edge of the screen, so I can't attack here in the middle. Notice the regions have a red border. I can't attack those. But where the green border is an area that I can attack, and so I can choose any of these borders to start my invasion into this land in. So I'm going to start from a fairly defensible place, but I do have the Commando trait, so normally it would cost a little bit more to capture these places. 3 in fact, but for me, because I'm Commando, it's 2. So that's quite useful. So I'm going to come on the mountains, because the mountains are a good defensible place. And as you see, I put my 2 troops on the screen, and you can see just peeking out behind them is a little lair. And that gives me extra defense. So it's really quite a useful race to go into to start with. And I'm going to start off grabbing a nice big area. Once I've captured all the areas I want to, I can move my troops around and redeploy them. So what I'm going to do is redeploy this troop back to here, so I have 2 troops around the edge of the board. That will make it harder for my opponent to attack me straight away. He'll probably have to come on over here where it's easier for him to fight on the other side of the board. So we'll go ahead and click done, and what will happen then is it will show me my point score. And you get 1 point for each area you have captured. There are certain bonuses, that gives me a total of 5, certain bonuses depending on your race. Now, my opponent has chosen Alchemist Wizards. So wizards like these spaces with the little blue and white symbols on. Those are special magical spaces, and they get extra points for capturing those. So he's got 6 points. He got a point more than I did on the first round, so already I am in 2nd place in this 2-player game. It's not a great start. I have 4 troops left, so there's not many, because as you can see I've got 5 troops on the board already. So my 4 troops, well, I could try and attack him. Problem is, he has a lot of manpower there, and I can't really get to him easily. As you notice, as I hover my troops above this space here, where the wizards are, it's going to cost me at least 5 units, and I only have 4. So there's a reinforcement dice. You can see the icon there, the little dice symbol with the 1 spot on it. I would have to roll that dice and get at least 1 spot to capture that space. So that's quite a big risk. So I'm not going to do that. Instead, I'm going to attack down here and then capture this space, which, as you can see, has got a white and blue symbol on it. And that way, he'll have to fight me for that in order to get it. So I'm denying him some bonus points there if I can keep hold of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place as many troops as I can to defend that spot. Let's see what happens. Click done. Okay, I got 7 points this time. Now the computer will go again. Yeah, he's ignoring that place that I've defended heavily, so I'm denying him points, which is quite good. Here goes his points tally. He's managed to get 9 points, so he's still ahead. Now I only have 2 troops left to fight with. That's not great. So at this point now, rather than just sort of try and push with the last 2 troops, I can do something called going into decline by pressing this orange button here with the pillar symbol on it. What that will do is basically it gets rid of this race now. They've had their day, they've done their thing, and it gives me an option to choose a different race. So I'm going to click that, and it just double checks that I want to, because this is the end of this race. I won't be able to use them again. So I'm going to click yes, and it turns all the troops over, and it gives me points for those troops, which is just 7 at the moment. 7 regions I occupy.
Oh no!
He tried to take that spot there with that I was defending. He failed, which is good news. But he will still get quite a few points this turn, because his race is still active. 10 points, so I'm well behind at this point in the game. It's a turn 4 though. We've had 3 turns out of 10 so far. I could take the Imperial Homunculi. Incidentally, if I didn't want them and I wanted to pick the next race, which are mercenary halflings, I would have to pay a coin for skipping the Homunculi. And that's true of every race I decide to skip. Forest Giants, quite good. Stout Sorcerers, Flying Tritons, flying anything is pretty good. Well, Imperial Homunculi look fairly good at this stage. You get bonuses for having more than 3 regions. So I might pick on those. And I'm going to use my Homunculi to harass the wizard as much as possible. If you notice, he's defending his magical zones with a few extra troops. So we'll come in on this side, away from my own units. I don't want to attack them and destroy them. And I'll crush some of his wizard forces. Now, if I want to attack more wizards, it's going to take a die roll. So we'll have a go at rolling the dice. I'm going to take this one out here, though, because that will limit his options as to how he can attack me if I manage to capture it. So let's go.
Oh no!
I didn't roll high enough. I rolled a 0, which is pretty poor. So I will now spread my troops out, so I've got 5 on each of these spaces. He's going to want this spot back, but he won't have enough strength to take it, I don't think. So let's see. Finish our turn. You get points still for your races in decline, so they all add together and gives me 9 points in total, which is still not a high score, but I have been denying him. Oh, he got lucky then, rolled a 3. That's the highest you can roll, and he did take this space that I was defending with my trolls. He's still got 10 points. He's still scoring higher than I am. I've got to do something about this to stop him from scoring so many points. So I need to attack a bit more directly. So if we take this spot and then take this one back again, that gives me 1 troop left. Now, to attack this place, I'm going to need to roll 3 on the dice. Well, let's give it a go. Why not? You never know.
Oh no!
Roll a 2. That's a pretty good roll, but not good enough as it turns out. So, I need to defend these spots. I'm going to try and block him from as many areas as possible by keeping my defences high. So there we get our scores. This time I get a little bonus because I had more than 3 areas, and that's a good score, 11. There we go, he's gone into decline. I thought that might happen. Now this is dangerous times, as I don't know what he's going to choose to come back at me with. So I'm going to have to make the most of this by capturing as many areas as possible. I only have 6 troops though. But there are empty areas that I could try and capture to spread my power as far as possible. However, every space I take off him is a point less, and I've got some catching up to do. So we're going to take those 2 spaces. Now, before I distribute my troops, I need to have a little look at what he's probably going to go with. Mercenary halflings looks like a favourite, as that's nice and cheap. But forest giants might be on the cards too, as they will capture these forest spaces for extra points. So I'm going to guess that he's going to go with forest giants. If he comes in with the mercenary halflings, there's not an awful lot I could do about it. He could hit me anywhere, and it's nothing I can really defend against. But forest giants, by defending these forest spaces, might just give me an edge. So we'll defend those and see what happens. Click done. Get my points. Doing quite well on points this time because the homunculi had spread quite fast. That's 15. That's a good score. Much better than he got in previous rounds. So I did some catching up there. Right, he's gone with the halflings. That's not a massive shock. He has caused me some damage there, capturing a few areas. So I could do with hurting him now. It's going to be difficult. One of the powers of the halflings is you can see these little tokens underneath his halfling figures. Those are his sort of hobbit holes, if you like, and he's completely defended there. I can't do anything about these 2 spaces. He's safe. So I've got 4 troops to try and hurt him with. He's only owns 3 spaces. The 2 I can't hurt him on another one he's got 8 troops on, so there's nothing I can do about that. The only thing I can really do to hurt him is capture his wizard spaces, and I can only manage really 1 of those, so let's go ahead and do that. So we captured the wizard space there. That's taken a point off him, and now what I'm going to do is put some defenders around these areas where he might likely attack. He can only attack from these 3 spots, so he could attack this way. There's nothing I can do about that if he attacks my trolls. But I have put some defenders up in case he attacks my homunculi. Let's see what he does. Oh yes, get my points first. It's not going to be as good as last time because I haven't got as many spaces. 13 now, still a good score. Let's see what he does. Yeah, he's attacked me. I thought he would. Oh, and he used his mercenary power there, which means he can attack a space more easily and take it with fewer troops. Okay, he's down to 6 points. That's good. I'm making some headway now. Hopefully I should be pretty much level with him again. Only 3 troops though, so I have to decide where I'm attacking. I still can't attack these areas with his special sort of hobbit holes, and I can't really take these other areas, so the best thing I can do is capture his last wizard space, and that will help protect me. I need some extra defense in the forest over there, forest here. Everywhere of now that he can attack me from is as strong as I can make it, so let's move on and see what happens. Okay, this is turn 8, so it's only out of 10 turns for this. Yeah, he's attacked me there. Thought he might.
Oh no!
But he only took 1 space, and that's pretty good. I'm quite happy with that. He failed to get his last space. So again, only 6 points. I only have 2 men left though. This is turn 9 out of 10, so this is my last opportunity if I wanted to go into decline with my homunculi. But problem is, if I go into decline with the homunculi, my trolls will all vanish and I will lose 6 points. I only have 3 spaces with the homunculi, so that's not really an option at this stage. I'm going to have to grit my teeth and see it through to the end. So we will capture this space because it's easy to capture. I don't have to roll the dice, and it's an automatic extra point, or at least it would be. I can't attack that one. I don't have any units bordering it, so that's not an option. I can't take that space anymore. I'm going to have to go for this space, maybe, or this space. Can't take that one because it's this hobbit hole and I'm blocked from everywhere else. The only other option is around here, but these are quite high rolls. So what I'll do is I'll take this one. No, I'll go for this one, the swamp one. That'll give me an option, if I got it, which I didn't, of going into the empty space next time. So we don't have many troops left. He's going to attack me in one of those 2 zones. So I'll defend them and hope for the best. Only 9 points, not getting many points at all here. He's gone into decline. It was his last opportunity, and that makes sense, really. He's going to get another race and hit me hard in the last turn. I still only have 2 troops left. I can't afford to go into decline, so I'm going to have to attack him somewhere, and this looks to be the best spot, the easiest one to try and capture. We got it, rolled a 1, so we've captured that and reduced his points tally by 1. Thing is, he's going to come in with something nasty. Forest giants is my guess at this stage, so you can easily capture. Probably go for this forest and this forest. So if I move my troops over to there and defend that as much as possible, it'll reduce his chances of getting 2 forest spaces. Get a rather low points total. 11, that's not too bad. It's not too bad. Let's see what he does. Yeah, he's gone for the forest giants, and they've come in on the space I thought he would attack on. And he is going for that second one. He didn't get it. Putting the extra troop on the forest space meant that he didn't have enough troops left to capture that second space. So he's only got 8 points. And now we'll see who's won. Wow. I'll stick that on the high score table, but that was not as close as I thought it was going to be. An absolute massacre of the robot computer player by me, Head Rat. So consider that a success. Well, thanks very much for watching, and I hope to see you again next time. Bye.